Paris Saint-Germain's 3-0 win over Olympique Marseille not only ensured that they got an all-important win in what is a pretty hotly contested derby in France, it also saw Lionel Messi enter the record books. Now, we are all used to seeing Messi breaking a lot of records, but it still is pretty mind-boggling to see just how many records he's still able to break, despite arguably being not well past his peak as a player and more of a rounded playmaker. Why is that important? Because this particular record pertains to his goal scoring. Now, in the 3-0 victory that PSG had, Lionel Messi ended up becoming only the second man in European football to score 700 club goals. The first man, of course, is his eternal rival Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, despite the fact that both of them are not only playing for separate clubs or in separate countries, but also in this case separate continents, it is almost amusing to see just how intertwined it is their destinies are as players, that they're still actually competing against one another, despite the fact that, as I said, they're not really playing, like, it isn't like how it used to be when they were both playing in Spain, representing Barcelona and Real Madrid, coming up against each other every single time in the Clásicos. Now, they're playing in different continents, different leagues, different standards of leagues, but they're still actually competing against each other for the all-time records, because that's just how freakish the two of them have been when it comes to goal scoring. Now, why this record is noteworthy for Messi is because it's yet another cap in his feather, or yet another feather in his cap, my apologies. But the noteworthy thing here is that he had a record previously at Barcelona where he had actually scored, 672 goals for Barcelona, which is the most number of goals for a single club in history. And now he's gotten 28 for PSG, and considering the fact that he still has about half a season to play and the fact that PSG are doing their best to actually extend his contract, you can rest assured that he will be adding to that number before all is said and done. The reason an asterisk is placed there, of course, is because it's 28 goals so far. He is, of course, going to be adding far more. And it is a mind-boggling stat in many ways, because most people thought that when Messi was going to PSG, he would actually, light up the Liga, and that's what he's been doing this year. But he didn't quite do that in his first season, despite the fact that PSG had, in fact, actually ended up winning the Liga on a canter. Of course, whether he can continue to do this sort of a magic for them in the European stages, that remains to be seen. But that doesn't take away from just what it is that Messi has accomplished. And what's more, he most likely isn't done yet when it comes to breaking records. Why? Because there's still a few more that he can chase. For one, he will be looking to get the record of the most number of club goals in Europe, which is 701, and unsurprisingly belongs to Cristiano Ronaldo. So Messi, if he gets 2 more goals in this time period, and of course you're expecting him to get at least those, if not more, then he's going to become the highest ever goal scorer in the history of European club football. Not just that though, he could also very well soon become the first Argentinian player to score 100 goals in international football. Remember, Messi is currently Argentina's all-time leading goal scorer, because he's got 98 goals for them. And considering the fact that he hasn't yet shop on his career internationally yet, he could very well be surpassing that tally sooner rather than later. And what's more, if he gets to that 100-goal mark, he'll become only the 3rd player in history to get to that 100-goal mark. The others, of course, being Ali Day and Cristiano Ronaldo, who currently sits at top of the charts in international goal scoring. So these are the things that Messi, you can say, still has to chase. But you're not going to be betting against him getting these records. But even if he doesn't, it still actually doesn't speak or doesn't take away from the amount of greatness that he has produced for us as football fans. And truth be told, it's actually still very nice to see him there, still breaking records, still etching his name into the history books at a time when, truth be told, he has nothing much really to prove. That GOAT, advertisement that is there on PSG and that comes up on the, billboards every single time he's playing, just seems to be getting more and more true by the day, especially as he keeps adding to his legacy, even in these little ways, even though he's already written himself into the history book so much that both him and Ronaldo really deserve their own sections in the history books of football. So massive have their contributions been. What do you guys think though? How many more records do you think Messi can break? And does this actually edge him ahead in the GOAT debate ahead of his eternal rival Ronaldo? Well, you can let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon. Also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and last but not least, don't forget to download the AajTak app. Thank you all once again for joining us. If you're already on the channel, please don't forget to check out some other videos that we've done through the day. For now though, from my side, goodbye.